Hi everyone, my name is Savannah and this is my artist report. I chose Vincent van Gogh, who was born March 30th, 1853, who unfortunately died July 29th, 1890. He had committed suicide by one single-handed shot to the head and was known for having a mental illness. Even though having a mental illness, these mental illnesses that he had were considered bipolar disorder and depression, which were seen throughout his work. He was influenced by Expressionism and early abstraction, which can be seen in the 20th century art. Around age 16, he worked for an art dealer, Goupil and Co. in the Hue, to which he and his 4-year younger brother had sent letters to one another. In those letters, his brother tells him how talented of a writer he is and how much of a keen mind he has. After dropping out in 1818, he became a layman preacher, which down the road was dismissed after 6 months, inspiring him to produce charcoal artwork, which you can see right here on the left. He was later then influenced from the Hue and had his works displayed with light and looseness of the brushstrokes, which you can see over here on the right. Van Gogh was inspired by a lot of people. These two men just happened to have a really good inspiration for him. On the left is the man who had helped teach Van Gogh how to properly paint in his painting lessons when Van Gogh decided to take upon painting in 1880. This is Antoine Mauve. The man on the right is the person who influenced Van Gogh to focus on paintings of people and peasants as well as rural scenes when he was going through his different stages of artwork. This is Jean-François Millet. Usage of colors was big for Van Gogh. He especially took favoring in dark tones, which set him apart from others. These dark tones can be seen in the painting on the left. He later got in touch with Japanese art in 1885 and started to admire bright colors, canvas space, and the rule lines, which you can see on the right. In spring 1886, he met famous painters Edgar Degas, Camille Pissarro, and Paul Gauguin, who had inspired him to use light colors and new techniques such as pointillism and impressionism, which you can see in this painting right here. He also was a post-impressionist, not an impressionist, which there's a difference, I guess. Vincent wanted to know more about colors when starting out, so he started to study the color theory, to which he later learned complementary colors. He had a little obsession with colors since he was so new to it, that he would have wool balls that he would collect and he would test them and combine colors to see what would work together, such as taking red to green, blue to yellow, that kind of stuff, to make sure that before he painted it, it would all go together. His first works did start out slow, with color bits of it here and there. While experimenting, he would tend to mix colors, which would result in him coming out with more muddy tones in his paintings, which can be seen right here on the left. But later on, when he moved to Paris, Vincent saw that bright colors could definitely work together, as well as the work of pointillist, which, as I stated earlier, is the little short brush strokes that he would use. He also was a part of the Impression movement, which was a movement that impacted the post-impressionist influence groups that rose during the 20th century. Van Gogh, like I said earlier, being one of them, he was a post-impressionist rather than an impressionist. He also had some of his work done throughout the movement, as well as other artists, and that can be shown right here on the left, The Starry Night being one of them. Critiques agreed that Van Gogh was an artist who was very disturbed by his mental condition and believed to have impacted some of his many great works of art. He was so overwhelmed with the failures and rejection from early life that it had a lasting effect on him. Even though he had a mental illness, I totally agree with the critiques. That mental illness had pushed him further to not only improve his work, but had also had the outcome of many great works and paintings done by him. Van Gogh later committed suicide, and like most, had written a note to go along with his death, but he also took it to another level and had made a painting as well. He had specifically wrote to his younger brother, and his younger brother and him had become very close over time. Part of the ending of his suicide note, he had stated, "Knowing clearly what I wanted, I've painted another 3 large canvases since then. They are immense stretches of wheat fields under turbulent skies, and I made a point of trying to express sadness, extreme loneliness. You'll see this soon, I hope, for I hope to bring them to you in Paris as soon as possible. Since I'd most believe that these canvases will tell you what I cannot say in words, what I consider healthy and forfeiting about the countryside." His younger brother had later died after him, after being admitted into the asylum, and his younger brother's wife had taken it upon herself to collect all of his paintings and make sure that they were seen and known throughout the entire world, stuff like that. Van Gogh was a great artist that many should have seen. And left after death. Van Gogh later received a museum based solely on him and his paintings and drawing, the Van Gogh Museum. A range of 900 total paintings and 1,100 drawings by Van Gogh just during the 10 years before his mental illness. So that was just before he had his mental breakdown. After that, it was just a whole bunch of paintings, like stated in his death note. He had just three canvases that he had recently done before he died that he wanted to show to his younger brother. Van Gogh also focused just mainly on paintings, and his medium was oil. His subjects were mainly figure, landscape, cityscape, and scenery. And that's it, and this is my works cited. Thank you so much.